Hey everyone, it's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping and the leader of the Shore Stampers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh my goodness, we've had so much fun today. I've been stamping all day since 11:30, since after I did the introduction, and so I've found all sorts of good things and some amazing tips. So I'm hoping you're feeling as inspired and as excited today, and maybe have put together a card that you can send out to somebody. I just want to give a huge shout out to my Shore Stampers because they knocked it out of the park. They've done a fabulous job. I'm so proud of all of them, especially considering several of them have only done like one or none for a Facebook Live, so they all did amazing. I'm super excited and I'm hoping you're having fun today. I'm glad you joined us, and I'm going to do our last presentation of the day, and I'm featuring the Coming Home bundle or the Trimming the Town suite, but I guess I'm using a lot of the suite too. So but I just want to give another big shout out to the girls because they did amazing and I'm so proud. And a couple of housekeeping things, and I'll probably repeat these at the end in case anybody joins late, but make sure you comment on our prize post from earlier this week. That will get you a sample card from each of us. So if you win that prize, which was just a Stay Calm it's prize time post earlier this week. I think it was Friday night that I posted that. And so how it will work, if you comment on that post, we'll pick one winner, and that winner will receive one of the sample cards from each of the demonstrations. So each demonstrator will send you one of her sample cards. So that's 4 cards. You'll get 4 pieces of happy mail from 4 different people. So that'll be exciting. And then also make sure you're commenting on each of our live demonstration videos, even if it's after the replay, because each of us are giving away a different embellishment that's kind of related to our presentation today. Usually, most of them were. If it'll be just a fun embellishment regardless either way. So that will also come in the mail too. So make sure you're commenting, share your favorite tip, share what you liked best, share your favorite card, whatever you want to do, give some encouragement. Of course, we all love that. So we'll be pulling winners for that. So the drawings will all happen tomorrow. I am going apple picking tomorrow, so I may either assign one of the girls to it or I will do it when I get back. And then the other thing too is some of the girls kind of gave little hints, but we do have tutorials for you. So within the next 24 hours, we'll be posting tutorials for one of our sample cards, each of us in this group. So you'll be able to download those and recreate them at home. So just a little gift from us for spending the day with us and sharing some creativity. So we appreciate it, and we hope that you've been inspired to create a card and maybe send that off this weekend. And then one more thing also, if you are inspired to shop with any of us, know that each of us also have little happy mail packages that we will be sending with our card, and that is just basically some die cuts and scraps of paper and embossed pieces and things like that we've put together that kind of coordinate, and we put them together and wrap them up cute, and those will go out with any thank you cards for orders this weekend. So if you decide to order with any of us before Monday, then we will send you one of those little packets. Just make sure to use our host codes, and all of our shopping links and all of our host codes are above, so you can find those up there. And then just make sure you have that order in by Monday, and we will send those out. And if your order is over $150 for any one of us, make sure you don't use the host code because you'll get host rewards, plus you'll still get the little gift too. So just keep that in mind too. And we do ask that you, if you're joining us, order with your own demo unless you don't have one. Then you can pick any one of us because, as you can see, we're all pretty awesome. So I think that was all my housekeeping stuff. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. But now I'm going to turn you around and we're going to do one more presentation for today. All right, so hang on one second. Let's do this hopefully pretty quickly. All right, so that is my info. In case you don't know me, I'm Jen Pitta. I live on Cape Cod, and that is my host code for the little World Card Making Day packet and my ordering spot, so you can find me online. Of course, if you have any questions, you're welcome to post them right here in the group this weekend. We are monitoring it all weekend, so we will keep an eye out for that too. All right, so let me show you what I'm working with first. All right, so I am doing the Trimming the Town suite. kind of the coming home bundle, which is what I was focusing on, but I use a lot of the Trimming the Town product too. So let me just kind of show you. You can see I've used the heck out of this. I love this paper pack. So here is, it's very bright and whimsical. It's got some really cute little houses and trees. And the really cool thing about this bundle, the stamp set, and the suite itself, for every purchase of this coming home stamp set, and you can see this is the stamp set that coordinates, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to either foster care, infertility, or adoption around the world. So depending on what country it is, it depends on the organization. So they picked a different organization in one of those areas for each country. And then if you buy just the stamp set, if you buy the stamp set and the dies, or just the stamp set, the bundle, like the whole thing that I'm going to show you, then $3 will be donated to one of those causes. So that's kind of cool. But this is the paper, and you can see that the dies here actually cut out the paper, so you can actually cut it right, die cut it right out of the paper itself, or you can stamp it and then die cut it too. And I did a little both on my samples, but you can just kind of see the really cute papers. I'm just going to pick this up as one big thing. Like, it has some really cute, fun pieces. I'm going to actually leave this one out because I'm going to need that in a second. But really fun. I love the little people. Like, look how cute they are. Aren't they fun? All right, and then I love this. If you're a scrapbooker, this is awesome because it's got all sorts of like Christmas words in multiple languages. So that's kind of neat. You could send messages to friends all over the world. Got some cute wreaths and then some cute little scribbles. And I forget what's on the other side here. Oh, that's the big one here. I'm going to leave that one out too because I may need that one too. All right. So let's put this stuff away. Oh, and I didn't show you. This is the ribbon pack that's part of the suite. So you get the red and the green gold trimmed ribbon. And then these are the embellishments that are with this suite. And this is the embellishment that I'm giving away to one lucky commenter. So make sure you're commenting below and we will pull a winner tomorrow, probably tonight or tomorrow. So we'll announce them all tomorrow. Okay, so that is the stuff I'm using. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to actually show you two projects. So let me show you the first one here. This is actually called a Slimline Card, and these are becoming more and more popular. And I just decided I wanted to create one of my own. So you may be asking, well, Jen, how am I going to ever mail that card? Well, they fit in a business-sized envelope. So this is just a regular letter size. What do they call? Size 10 or something like that. Just regular envelope. And they fit right inside, so you can actually send these. And I literally just used the pattern paper for this and added a sentiment and some bling, which I'll show you what that is, and some twine, and that was it. So let's go ahead and see if we can create this again. So the measurement for a Slimline card is 7 by 8.5. And then you're going to score it, which I didn't do yet. You're going to score it. Oh, I just dumped all my paper on the floor at 3.5. So I'm just going to take this and my light gray scoring tool, and I'm going to score that so that I can do my card. All right, let me pick up all the stuff that I just threw on the floor. Okay. Oh, we got a cobweb attached to that too. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold this in half to make my card base. And I'll fold this. Okay. So you can see it's just like a long skinny card. So that's kind of cool and different, I think. Sometimes I like to do a different style of card. So I wanted a little mat for this, so I took a piece of Misty Moonlight, and this one measures 8.25 by 3.25, and we're just going to go ahead and tape that down to the front. And I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. I like the Plus version better than the seal, the plain seal. It just seems to roll and disengage a little bit better for me. All right, but both of them are really nice adhesive. So that goes like that. Now you're like, whoa, well, where'd you get those cute little scenes from? So I actually took mine for the first card from the bottom of this. That's the card that I used. But obviously I can't use that again, so I'm gonna make a new one. So the measurement for the pattern part was, let me think about this for a minute. It was 3, right? Yeah, 3 by 8. So what I do is I'm gonna try and get this section right here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut where I want the top to be, like this. Trying not to cut through any people's heads. It's hard. Okay, and then I'm gonna do, oh wait, so we want this to be 3. Where was I at? I'm at a little over. So now, because these are all half chopped anyway, I'm gonna go down to 3 and cut that like that, and we'll see. Yeah, I think that will work, right? Okay, and then we need it to be by 8, so I'm gonna have to cut some off. So we'll cut some of these little people over here off, I think, because I kind of like that little house. So yeah, we're gonna cut most of the pond off, but my other option is if I do it this way and keep the pond, I'd only have, well, I'd kind of cut a little bit of that off too. So it would be like here. So do I want to do that? Or do I want to do this? I think I want to do this. So I'm going to turn it this way and I'm going to cut 8 here like that. Okay, so now you can see it's my little village, and we're going to tape that down to my slimline card. Okay, get my cutting board out of the way. My cutting board. It's like an ironing board, but for cutting. Just kidding. It's called a trimmer. Okay. And I'm gonna just attach this, whoops, to my card. Like this. Oh, that's a little too far over. Try that again. There we go. Okay. Now I need a cute little sentiment. So I thought the Peace on Earth that I had from, oh, what stamp is that from? It's from this one, the Wrapped in Christmas, which is the Heartwarming Hugs suite, which Donna showed you a little bit of that in her video too. But I like these because there's a lot of good sentiments, so I'm going to use this one. Another really good sentiment one is Itty Bitty Christmas. If you don't have that one, I really need to get it because it has a lot of great sentiments for the holidays, and it's different sizes, so it's really good for that too. This particular stamp set doesn't have any sentiments, so it's kind of important to have a good sentiment stamp set with that one. Cute. I love that font. So there's that one. The paper is really super cute. All right, and I'm gonna tape this. I think I'm actually gonna trim it down a little bit. Let me grab my scissors. I'm gonna cut this on an angle actually instead, and oh wait, before I do that, I think I'm gonna move it on this one because I think I wanna try and cover up this half church, so I think I'm gonna put it over here. So I'm gonna chop it on this side. I just do like a diagonal, like that, and I'm gonna put it over here, and then I'll do the same thing. All right, so we'll leave it like that, and I'm gonna cut it like right there, like that. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I'm gonna just grab a little bit of adhesive. I'm gonna layer this edge to here, like that, and then get that centered. Slimline is fun. It's really just something different. All right, I'm gonna use my Dimensionals. These are like super popular right now, so you could probably buy some really cute envelopes in the craft stores because they are really trendy right now. So they may even have slimline envelopes in craft stores if you look for them right now. But like I said, they fit in a regular number 10 envelope, like a regular size business envelope. So it's perfect. All right, I'm gonna layer this like here, Peace on Earth, like that. And then I took some linen thread. This is my favorite. I love linen thread. It's a must-have if you ask me. And we're gonna go ahead and just do an air bow here. I floof it up a little bit and then trim it. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit there, cut a little bit there, move that out of the way. I'm gonna grab a glue dot. And I just kind of, I tend to pop it right in the middle of my glue dot, my mini glue dot, and then I just pinch the glue dot to get it off, and it kind of squishes it. And I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. And then I'm going to trim these down a little bit more so they're not in the way, not hanging off the card. And then I just figured with it being like such a snow scene, I felt like we needed to add a little bit of oomph to it. So I grabbed our shimmery crystal effects. Did you guys even see this in the catalog? This was actually in one of our holiday catalogs, I think last year. And it was, I never even used it. And so I just double checked and it's still in the catalog and it's super easy to use and adds just a little something. So I'm going to go ahead and add this as snow wherever the little paper has some of that like blue highlighting for snow. And you can do it as thick or as thin as you want. Just know that if it's thick, it's going to take it a little bit longer to dry. So that's why I'm doing this very last thing I'm doing, because that way I can just set this aside and it will dry. You don't want to put anything on top of it because then it will squish it, and it will probably glue whatever you put on top of it to it, because this is a glue too. So that is that, and I'll show you in the original card what it dries, but you can kind of see there. Right now it just looks like clumpy little bits, but you can see here they're like little epoxy shimmeries. So you can you see that? Yeah. So it, when you touch it, it feels epoxy once it's dry. So it's kind of neat. I like it a lot. It just adds a little something to your card. Oh, and I forgot, now it's going to be a challenge. I also added Wink of Stella to the windows of the houses, which I think is cute too. So I just added so that those sparkle a little bit too. So this is a very simple card. This would be great for a beginner crafter, just using the paper basically as your base for your project. So very, very easy. My next card is definitely more geared towards an avid crafter, because I use lots and lots of tools, lots of layers, lots of fun stuff. And we're going to do, whoops, I just stuck my finger in that. Oi. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? And we're going to do some tips and tricks and a fun fold. So all sorts of things on the next one. All right, so there, I'm going to let this dry, and it's got all sorts of glitz and glitter on it, which I love. Okay, so that is the finished ones. Okay, so that's my Slimline card. I just thought I would introduce that to you in case you hadn't seen that before. It's kind of a fun shape, something different. All right, this is my next card that I'm going to show you. This is actually, I was inspired by somebody on Pinterest. The card is very similar to the one I saw on Pinterest, but I think the one that I saw actually was just a flat card, like a regular card. You opened it like normal, but this one is a fun fold card. So it just kind of opens up like that. So I'm going to show you how I did that, and then we're going to do all sorts of glitz and glamour and fun stuff with it. Okay, so let me first start with the card base. So this is just a regular card base. You start with an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of cardstock, so it would come out to like here, and then you cut at 5.5, and that gives you 2 card bases. So I used this one for my first card base, you can see. So there's my first card base, was 1/2 of the paper, and this is my second. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually fold it in half. Yeah, I think I scored it, but this will be fine. Actually, no, it won't. Hold on. I want to score it because we're going to need to use that to You could whip out quite a few from that paper, because it would be easy to do. I think probably 3, or at least 3, maybe even 4. You could do like a cute, actually with the top part here, because there's nothing left, it would be really cute with your Merry Moose bundle. You could do like a cute little moose one with the moose among the mountains. That would be fun for those of you that live up north. I'm going to score this at 4 1/4, which would be where I would normally score my card. Okay, so I'm going to score that. And then I'm going to turn it on the side, and I'm going to score again, but only from that score line I just made to the top. So I'm going to score 3/4. And again, I'm going to start from the score line I just made, which I have to stand up because I can't see. So the little edges right here, they line up with that score line, and I'm going to go up to the top. like that. And then we're gonna do 4. And I think those are the measurements because I actually had it written down on my grid paper and then I threw my grid paper out. Huh, whoopsie. Oh well, we're gonna wing it. And then we're gonna go from that score line to the top again, like that. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that there's score line here, here, and here. And basically I'm leaving that spot for my little Stitched So Sweetly die. That's gonna fit right here. So this is the same die set that Donna used. See, great minds think alike. We didn't even plan that out. We just kind of used the same thing. So I love those dies too. Those are one of my favorites. They're really, really good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissors, and you could do this with your trimmer if you're not super good with straight lines or following a straight line because it's actually on the paper. You could do it with your trimmer. You just need one like the one I just had that has the ability to stop and start in certain points, not like a guillotine one because that wouldn't work. But I'm just going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut right up on this score line to the other line. And you guys are probably getting now what I did. So I'm going to cut right to that. And then I'm just going to snip this off like that. And I'm going to trim that out a little bit more because it was not very straight. Like that. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to cut this straight up to the score line. And stop at the score line. And then like that. Okay, so now I can go ahead and fold this. I actually usually tend to look at my cutting skills a little bit too. I can clean this up a little bit. That's why I like the scoring line because it really gives you kind of a guideline to cut from. So I can usually make it pretty straight. All right, so there's that. I'm just going to do a nice good crease fold on that. Okay, and then I pre-cut some paper from the patterned paper. I did 2" by 4 and 1" by 4. And I'm going to go ahead and attach those to my card base. And I left a little room, so about 1/4 inch around the edges. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but on the other side. Okay. And we'll do, this is the only tricky part. You want to try and get it lined up with the other one, so your white paper will line up. So that looks about right. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to grab this piece, which is 3 by 4, and this one is going to cover those seams. So I'm just going to put that for the inside and the spot where I can actually stamp. So I'm just going to layer that kind of centered in the panel, covering my paper like that. Okay, so there's your inside. There's the basic mechanics of our card. Next up, I took a piece of old olive cardstock. It goes this way, like that. So it goes right across my stitched die. And then I took the dies from here, and I used this cute little tree die. So you can see this kind of is designed to make like mountains and hills, like a snowy mountainside or something like that. But I'm going to use this and cut myself some little trees like that. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this in my Big Shot, or sorry, it's still bad habit. My Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I have my magnetic plate over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, and I'm going to stamp or die cut this with the trees, just the single 2 trees, like that. And we'll roll it through. Oh, thank you, Chris. You guys all inspired me so much. You did such amazing jobs with all of your projects. I love them. And I love the little moose bundle, as we all know. So I might have to make a Moose in the Mountains card just because it was so fun. All right, so now this is going to go on the bottom of here, like that, so you can see my little trees taking shape. I'm just going to attach that. Come on. I'm going to add a little bit here so those stay down. Fold that over. I love the Stampin' Seal because if you go over, it just folds in, which is perfect. So then I'm going to stamp that like that. Now we're going to take the house from the stamp set and we're going to stamp it in Memento Black. And we're going to give you another reason to use those blends. A lot of us have been using them. Donna gave us some great tips for coloring our ribbon and for coloring our pearls. So the blends are a really fun addition to your craft room. I'm going to use them to color. So first we're going to stamp our little house. And then I'm using Pool Party, Smoky Slate, and Night of Navy for my house coloring. I'm going to just do the light. I want it kind of muted, so I'm just going to do the light Pool Party. Each of the blends comes in a combo pack, so you get a light Pool Party and a dark Pool Party, or a light Night of Navy and a dark Night of Navy, which is really nice because it kind of gives you some options, not only for shading and doing some artistic quality coloring if you're good like that, but it also gives you options for variety with your color. So maybe you don't want it to be an exact match, but you want it to be in the same color family. This is going to give you that ability. So just coloring this in like this. I like to color around the edges of things before I color in all of it, just because it keeps me, it kind of changes the outside of the lines boundary so that I don't actually go outside of the lines, if that makes sense. It moves it in a little bit so that even if I slip over the line, now I'm still in line. Does that make sense? Probably not, but it makes sense to me. Okay. Helen, this one's actually very similar, I think, to the one you did for a swap card a while ago. The little sloth one. It reminded me of that one when I saw it, when I thought of it. But it's cute. I do like it. It's easy too, which is good. I'm not one to do like really super crazy fancy folds because I'm not that intricate, and I don't like to do things that make, like, I like crafting because it allows me to not have to think so much. So I don't like to do anything that makes me think too hard, and sometimes those really fancy cards make me think too hard. Any of you like that? When I'm crafting, I want to do stuff relaxing and fun, not like intense and measuring and trying not to mess up. So now I'm just coloring the roof with Smoky Slate, and I'm using the light one. I'm going to use the dark one though to add some contrast to the chimney. So you could probably do an all over color with this, but I like to color them individually, each of the little panels. I love to color, so that is me. But if you're not a big color, then you could use probably the other tip and just do an all over color and it would work fine too. Okay, now I'm going to use the dark gray. Oh, actually I wanted to color just the top of this light gray. It's not a huge difference between these, but I'm gonna see, these both have, they have different tips. So when I'm doing a big area, I usually use this tip. And when I'm doing smaller areas, I use this one just because I feel like I have more control with this. But I have heard people do the opposite. So you do whatever makes you more comfortable. I like it this way. Okay. And I forgot that I need the yellow too. So let me grab my Daffodil Delight. Use dark daffodil for my windows. And again, I like to color them in. Actually, I used the light one. Ah, poop. It's alright. We'll switch it up. I liked it more muted for this one. I used the dark on another card I designed that I was going to show you. So, it's fine. You'll get the idea. So, oh, shoot. You know what I did? I totally forgot. See, this is why. Well, let me do this. So you could do two things. I actually did not do either of those things. That's why I was confused. I didn't use the yellow. I used my Wink of Stella. So first, I'm going to just add Wink of Stella to this. and just, it will give it the same kind of look, but it will be a little bit different. But what I actually did, this is why this is more of an Advent card, because what I actually did is I used my So Saffron ink pad, and I got some ink on the cover, and I used my Wink of Stella as a watercolor pen. So you pick up the color, and I don't want a ton, I just want a little bit. So you pick up the color, and now you can actually color and watercolor with your Wink of Stella pen. So you add glitz and color at the same time, and it's kind of a muted little coloring effect. So, which is what I wanted to do for these windows, because obviously if you were looking from the outside, the windows wouldn't look bright yellow. They'd kind of have like a soft yellow glow. So that was why I wanted to do it this way. And then I forgot that that was what I wanted to do. Oi, see? I forget my, all my best ideas. All right, and then just add a little bit here. There. And then you just want to make sure you kind of wipe it out a little bit so you don't keep Wink of Stella all over it. Okay. All right. So there's my little house. Now I'm going to use my dies again to cut this one out. So let me just do that. I'm going to do it behind me here because it'll be easier than pulling it back. So bear with me for 1 sec. I'm just rolling this through my Big Shot. I keep calling it that. My Stampin' Cut and Emboss, my new machine. Stampin' Up came up with their own die cutting machine this year, and I keep forgetting and calling it the Big Shot, and it's the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, so there's my little house, and my little house is going to go popped up on this little panel. So I'll grab my Stampin' Dimensionals. These are a must-have, guys. These are the best on the market, if I do say so myself. They're just thin enough that they add enough dimension, but they're not so thick that like it looks awkward, if that's weird. If you know what I mean. Some of them are just so thick it doesn't look authentic. All right, so I'm going to put this here like this. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella again, and I'm just going to add some Wink in the Sky. This one is not quite so inky, so let me do this one. It's not quite as full of glitz as I would like. So I'm just gonna grab some of this and add some glitzy snow-like elements. Can you guys see that? All the glitz and glamour. It does show up pretty well on the card itself. All right, so now I'm gonna add this to my card with some dimensionals as well. So I'm going to add one in each corner and one in the middle, like that. And we'll just center that. Okay. And then I did another little bow, little air bow. I think Chris was talking about air bows too, and it just reminded, I don't know why, like it reminded me of air guitars. So, you know, our arsenal here, we have air bows instead of air guitar. All right, so we're gonna just kind of tighten this up, make it a little bit smaller, and then cut that down. Okay, and I like to grab I almost stuck my finger right in that. Oh, you know what though? Look, it's already dry. Oh, because that's the original one. I'm so dumb. But the other one's pretty dry too. It's a little tacky, but our little epoxy stuff is almost dry already. So you can see that dries pretty quick. It's kind of a fun little thing to have on hand. All right, so I usually put my little bow right in the middle and then pinch it. And it kind of rolls that off like that. Okay. So then I'm just going to adjust these little guys here so they're going in the right direction. And trim them if I need to, but I think they're kind of cute like that. All right, so now I'm going to take my embellishments. Where's my open ones? Here they are. And I'm going to add some stars to the sky because I want this to kind of be a night sky, but not really because it's not dark, but it's okay. And then I have a little piece of Pool Party, and I'm going to use the For You sentiment, which I took this from Itty Bitty Greetings, which is another great one to have because this has multiple, occasions on it. The epoxy pen is on the page that has all the like tools. So let me find it for you quickly. It's right, I think it's, yeah, here it is. It's on page 147. It's right here, Shimmery Crystal Effects. That's what it is. It's pictured right up here. So you can see it there, but there it is. It's $5, so it's a great add-on to your order because you'll get a lot of use out of it, and it's just really fun, especially for wintry cards. All right, so I'm going to take my Memento Black, and we are going to stamp this on just a little piece of Pool Party, like that. It's a little crooked. Let me try that again. I'm going to pull it closer to me. It might be off your screen for a second because I need to be able to see it. I'm kind of like Donna. I have short little arms too. So in order for me to, there we go. In order for me to get it straight, I need to be able to see it. All right, so now I'm just going to trim that. You could use your trimmer, but I'm going to just trim this out with my scissors. I can generally cut fairly straight if it's a short thing. It's not a long. I'm going to put a little banner end on the side, so I'll cut in the middle, and then corner to center, and corner to center. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I like this little one. It's cute. We're going to add this with some little mini dimensionals, if I can find them. Where did I put those? Did I put them away? No, I did not. So where did they go? Oh goodness. How is it that things go missing so easily? Well, I'll just use the edges of this because I don't know where my mini ones are. I'll use 2 of those like this. And I'm just going to put that on there. And we're going to stick this here. And I kept like a generic sentiment because you could use this as a holiday card if you wanted and stamp like For You and Merry Christmas inside. This would be a really cute new home card, or you know, I don't know, all sorts of things. So maybe there are people moving in together, something like that. It would be a really cute card. Okay, did I do all the parts of that? I think I did. So that's it. That's the end of that little card. So it's just something a little bit different, a little surprise. What's really nice too is it's not going to be super bulky because most of it's really thin. It's just this part, although I did layer it up quite a bit because, you know, avid and all. I like all the things. So that's that card. And then I just made some other projects with this suite that I thought I would share with you because I thought they were fun. So this one, when did I design this one? I think this was my Teach Me Tuesday this week. I did this card, or this little treat holder, which would hold like gift cards, or it could hold like a hand sanitizer and lip balm or something, which would be very timely this time of year. It could be maybe be like a small little pair of socks or some jewelry. Very cute and simple. If you want to know how to make that, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's By the Shore Stamping, and you can find how to do that. And then this was the one I did in my Facebook Live on Thursday. So this is another really fun card, a fun fold. That opens like this. So that one, the directions are on my, or the video is on my Facebook page, so you can check that one out. And then I have this card. This one's really cute too, just simple. But I did take this small house and layer it on the big house, so it looks kind of dimensionalized. So you have some bulk to it, some, you know, variety to that. And then the last one I have is this one, which is just a really cute little card. I did all sorts of coloring with this one. So I colored the 2 houses, the car and the tree, die cut them, and then added them to the card with the dimensionals. So that was really fun too. And this label is from the Tasteful Touches dies. So that is my presentation for today, and that is going to be a wrap for World Card Making Day. We're so glad that you joined us. I hope you're inspired, and I hope you want to do some creating and crafting tonight. And definitely, I hope you decide to kind of send some creativity and some thoughts to somebody that you think could use it, especially this time after Corona and all that stuff. I think there's probably many people out there that could use a little cheering up, and what better way to do that than with a card? So reminders, all of our shopping links are in the top in one of the announcements with our host codes. All of us are doing cute little World Card Making Day packets with some embellishments and things that you can use, like die cuts and ribbons and things like that, that you can go and order from any one of us, and we will send you a little card pack that you can make a card from using those supplies. And of course, you'll get a cute little thank you card. If your demonstrator invited you to this event, please order with her. If you got invited by somebody else, and order with whomever you connected with most or whoever inspired you most. We are all pretty cool, and we'd all love to be able to support you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the thread and we can help you with that. And what else am I missing? I think that's everything. Oh, and we'll post the tutorials. So this will be my tutorial, will be the fun fold card. And we'll post all of our tutorials in the group today or tomorrow. So, and all the drawings will be done tomorrow as well. So the girls are going to select their own winner from their comments and then send that to me. And then I'll do a video or an announcement tomorrow to announce the winners. And remember, you can win from each one of us. So just comment on all of the videos, and each one of us has a different embellishment to give away. This is mine, which coordinates with the suite that I used. And everybody else has one as well. So you have multiple choices to win. All right, or multiple chances, not choices. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Another amazing shout out to my team. They were awesome, and I'm super excited that you joined us. Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.